I mean, I've always found that for most agents, when you go out and you leave that listing appointment, you're either thinking, yes, this thing's going to sell very quickly, or you're thinking, shoot, I better go home and pray. Hey, it's Greg Luther here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what to do with a seller when they want too much for their home. Now, if you've been selling real estate for a while, you know that virtually every single homeowner you meet with is going to start out with wanting too much for their home. In this quick episode, I'm going to show you exactly how you should be thinking internally to make sure that you get this thing priced right. How should I be thinking? What should I be focused on so that we can get this home priced correctly? When I'm coaching agents around the country, one of the big things that comes up is I met with a seller last night. Everything went well. They want to work with me. They want to do business with me, but they want too much for their home. As many of you know, we've done tons of marketing videos and training videos on how you properly price the home, why you should never go in there with comparable sales, how to get them to the right price, dealing with appraisal issues, all of that stuff. We've done lots and lots of that, but I want you to think about the internal mindset for you, what you should be focused on when you go out there. And I'm going to give you an analogy that I think will help you tremendously with every single listing appointment you go on. And here's what it is. So we know that we only get paid when we get to the closing table, right? If we take on a listing and we can't sell that thing, not only are we not going to get paid, the client's going to be upset with us. We're going to be dragged down with another listing that doesn't sell. It's just not a good thing. So I want to show you how you can make sure you sell every single listing that you go out on, or that you accept, I should say. So what you want to think about is how attorneys work. Okay, so a lot of you are familiar with, if you pay an attorney an hourly rate, they're going to rack up the fees, and I had to make a phone call, I had to do a quarter of an hour for you that way. But they also have something called contingency, where they will take a case on contingency, right? So what that means is if you don't win, you don't get paid. Well, isn't it the same with real estate listings? If I don't get to the closing table, I'm not going to get paid. So what happens is these attorneys will have their client come in and they'll say, well, tell me about your case. Tell me what the situation is. Give me all of the facts and I'll decide if I want to accept your case. You know how they're deciding that? Whether they're going to win or not. So you want to do exactly the same thing when you're meeting with a homeowner. You want to be thinking about, do I want to accept this listing because I only get paid if we win the case, if we sell the property? Right? So you know, I mean, I've always found that for most agents, when you go out and you leave that listing appointment, you're either thinking, yes, this thing's going to sell very quickly, or you're thinking, shoot, I better go home and pray. This is probably not going to sell, or maybe I can beat them up on the price later. Bad way to go. You want to know that you're going to win with every single listing presentation you go on, but I want you to go out there thinking as though you were an attorney deciding if you want to accept this case, because you'll only accept the case if you have a good feeling you'll win. So when you go out there, start thinking like, here's what my comparable sales are. I've already done my research. This is about what it's worth. I'm not going to take it over this number. So that way when you get out there and the seller starts their whole thing about why they need more, they're not going to move unless they can get this much for their next house, that type of thing, it's real easy for you to say, you know what? It's just not going to happen. This case is not going to be a winning case. Let me have somebody else handle it, right? Let them call someone else that can give them false expectations. Now, there's a lot we can do to get them to the right price. So if you've been through our bulletproof listing presentation, if you're on our coaching calls, that type of thing, of course, there's a lot we can do to get them to the right price, and we do that more often than not. But I definitely want you to think in line with, I'm not taking this deal unless I feel like I can actually get to the closing table. Because it's the same way. You're not charging an hourly rate to your homeowners. You only get paid if you win. So just like an attorney would do, we may accept your case. It depends on if we feel we can win this case. You have to look at all the facts. You have to look at the data and say, does it look like I'll likely win this case? So hopefully that's helpful for you. Again, there's a lot you can do to price the home right. But what I want to encourage you of in this quick video is don't go out there thinking I'll list it at whatever I have to. I'll do, that's how much the seller wanted, so I had to do it. Maybe I'll beat him up later, that type of thing. Bad way to go. So if you have some tips on properly pricing the home or the mindset you need to have, or what do you do? Let me ask you, what do you do when you go out and meet with a homeowner and they want a little too much? Have you done anything that actually works? You can leave comments here below. Just type in your thoughts, anything that you've done. Walk out is one of them, right? If you've ever done that, make a comment below. I'll walk out. But do you have something to mentally get them where they need to be? Many of you know that I work with a lot of agents that have gotten good at saying, hey, I want to sell it for $1 million. I'm on commission, but our comps that we have in our bag here are only $320,000. So you're going to have to show me some empirical data so I can go to bat for us with the appraiser, right? So a lot of stuff we can do that way. But let me know your thoughts on this, and I want you to go out to every single presentation thinking that way. Would I win this case? Do I think that I'll actually get this deal closed? Because if it's worth, let's use that number, if it's worth $320,000 and we're listing it at $340,000, there is a 0% chance. No, you will not get buyer calls. Buyers don't call on overpriced listings. No, it's not better than nothing. It's actually a lot worse than nothing. I spoke to an agent that just joined our coaching here a couple of weeks ago, and she said, Greg, I got 21 listings, the same 21 I had at the beginning of the year. You know what you need to do? Scrap every damn one of them because you priced them wrong to begin with. Well, on this one here, nope, it's price. I don't care if the termites are eating the black mold, price would fix it, right? It's not condition, it's not smell, it's not like you're not even getting showings. So it's nothing inside. There could be a dead body inside, nobody sees it. You're not getting showings. It's a pricing issue. Don't set your business up for failure. Set your business up for success. Go out there thinking, do I believe I can win this case based on all the evidence on all of the evidence that I have in front of me? If that's the case, you list the property. If that's not the case, you let somebody else deal with it. If you can't get them to the real number they need to be at. Most generally, you can get them there, however. So, if that's helpful for you, do me a favor. Like this video here. Make sure you're following our page. We've always got great information for you. Some you'll like, some you'll love, and some will actually make a difference for you to get yourself a couple of extra closings. That's what we're all here for. So, feel free to like the page, follow our page, I should say, like the video, and I'd love to help you out with growing your business. Make it a profitable week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and listen, we've got a lot more information for you to help you with growing your real estate business. We load new videos nearly every day, and I want you to have access. So you got to do two important things. It's both totally free. Number one, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You'll see the little subscribe button for you to click. If you don't have an account with YouTube, set it up. It's totally free. You got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important factor, you got to ring the bell. Right next to that subscribe button, you'll see a little bell to turn on notifications. That will let you know every time I load a new money-making video to help you with growing your real estate business. Subscribe and make sure you ring the bell. We'll see you in the next video.